Good day, viewers, and welcome to Ben Torres TV. I am Michael, bringing you today's top stories from Nigeria and around the world. We begin with national news. National news, FG plans 100,000 housing units for vulnerable persons across 774 local government areas seeks investors. The federal government has unveiled plans to construct 100,000 social housing units for vulnerable Nigerians across all 774 local government areas. Speaking at the Real Estate Future Forum in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Ahmed Dangiwa, urged international investors to take advantage of Nigeria's booming real estate market. Dangiwa highlighted Nigeria's housing deficit of 28 million units and emphasized the government's commitment to large-scale housing delivery through public-private partnerships, innovative financing, and policy incentives. He also revealed that the government is working to expand mortgage accessibility by recapitalizing the Federal Mortgage Bank with 500 billion naira, aiming to lower high interest rates that have hindered homeownership. Prioritize healthcare funding. Above foreign aid, Moghalu tells African leaders. Former Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Kingsley Moghalu, has called on African governments to prioritize healthcare funding from domestic resources rather than relying on foreign aid. In a post on X, Moghalu criticized the continent's dependency on international donations, arguing that the funds wasted on political excesses and corruption far outweigh the aid received. His remarks follow former U.S. President Donald Trump's decision to withdraw the United States from the World Health Organization, a move he described as a wake-up call for African nations to take responsibility for their healthcare systems. JAM announces new date for 2025 UTME registration. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAM, has rescheduled the commencement of the 2025 UTME registration to Monday, February 3rd, instead of January 31st. According to JAM's spokesperson, Fabian Benjamin, the delay will allow for necessary adjustments, including addressing issues related to the suspension of law programs in certain universities. JAM has also warned that some computer-based test (CBT) centers have been disapproved for using deceptive facilities, stressing that the changes are aimed at ensuring a seamless registration process. FG presents 30 million naira to family of Nigerian flag designer. The federal government has fulfilled its promise of financial support to the family of late Pa Taiwo Akinkunmi, the designer of Nigeria's national flag. The Director General of the National Orientation Agency, Lanre Issa Onelu, presented a check of 30 million naira to Akinkunmi's family during a visit to their residence in Ibadan. The DG emphasized that the government's support will not be a one-time gesture, but part of an ongoing commitment to honoring national heroes. Matawale cautions, Amaiki against inciting violence. The Minister of State for Defense, Bello Muhammad Matawale, has strongly condemned what he described as inciting comments by former Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amaechi. Amaechi was reported to have suggested that politicians must steal, maim, and kill to remain in power. In response, Matawale warned that security agencies are on high alert and will not tolerate any attempts to destabilize the nation. He reaffirmed the government's commitment to democracy and national security, calling on Nigerians to support President Tinubu's administration. Bandits strike again in Zamfara, kidnap 2 in Jangaru. Barely 24 hours after a deadly attack on worshippers in Zamfara state, suspected bandits have returned to the Yangaru community, abducting 2 residents. Security analysts report that the attack follows Wednesday night's raid by notorious bandit leader Bello Turji, where several worshippers were injured and kidnapped. Authorities are yet to comment on the latest attack, but security forces are said to be tracking the assailants. International news. North Korean troops withdrawn from Russian frontline. Ukraine claims that North Korean soldiers fighting alongside Russian forces in the Kursk region have been withdrawn after suffering heavy losses. According to Ukrainian military officials, Pyongyang had sent over 10,000 troops to support Russia, but many were either killed or captured. Despite these setbacks, Russia continues its advances in other parts of Ukraine, with Moscow claiming to have captured the village of Novovasilivka in the Donetsk region. Meanwhile, the Kremlin has refused to comment on reports of North Korea's troop withdrawal. Sports news. Champions League. Round of 16, draw, Man City to face Real Madrid. The UEFA Champions League knockout stage is set, with a blockbuster clash between reigning champions Real Madrid and 2023 winners Manchester City. This marks the fourth consecutive year the two clubs will meet in a knockout tie. Other key matchups include Paris Saint-Germain versus Brest, Bayern Munich versus Celtic, AC Milan versus Feyenoord, Juventus versus PSV Eindhoven. The first leg matches will take place next month, with winners advancing to the quarterfinals. And that's all for today's news. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more updates. I am Michael, signing off. Stay safe and have a great day.